Yeah.
Okay. And by that I meant we're starting the recording.
I thought it started 2.5.
We can still have early conversation. I don't care. Just starting the recording. So anything you say can and will be in this video.
How many people watch the videos?
I don't know. You think I check that? You think I bother to go back and be like, oh, how many views I get on my team's video? I hope I got at least 10 views. Hope I at least I hope I at least get 3. Honestly, at least one of the people who are actually in the classroom would maybe have seen it at that point.
Jacob not coming?
No, he has stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'll make half a child. Did you catch that? I wonder what it thought. I figured I'd bring that back. Oh, it got it perfectly. It got it word for word. Yeah, I'll make half a child. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty popular phrase nowadays.
You're just doing half a chart?
Hmm.
You're just doing half a chart?
No, we're doing a full.
Okay.
I'm joking now. We're just doing example charts. Third declension. We're just adding more example charts. So that's what we're doing besides looking at the pronouns. In fact, I might start on the third declension ones. I might just give you those before we actually get to the pronouns. Okay. Let's see. I haven't actually read this in a bit. I was prepped for doing it on Wednesday, believe it or not. But I was not prepped to do this today.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see. Yep, these are ones that end in tau or in delta. Okay, do you want both of the tau ones or just one? Because if you want just one of them, then there'll be 2. If you want both of them, then I'll write up 3 charts for you.
With that one?
Dang, you already pulled them up.
I was looking at it.
Yes.
4.
Yes, those are the ones. Do you all want 2 of the example ones for tau or one of them?
Could do 2.
2? Okay.
We get a better perspective.
So the words we're going to be using are correct is the root. Vote. And elpid. Why am I writing in English page? Now let me remind myself once. Oh wait, and there's another one. If I just looked on the next page, I would have seen it. Well, this gives me a chance to get better markers. How good's the pink one? Do you use that one?
Yeah.
That'll do great. Okay. Don't worry, guys. We're just gonna have
We have 5 words
today. Huh?
We have 5 words.
4.
4.
You already have start. Oh no. We're gonna have 6 words. Yeah, we'll just do all of them at once. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
If I can remind myself, so we're gonna have correct. Which, let's see, that should be joy or something of the like. Is it not in the vocab for the chapter in hobby? Oh no, I'm thinking of Karos, not Caris. Caris is grace, favor, or kindness. That's the root. That is not the lexical form. Keep that in mind now. Then we have boat, which is light. Okay. This one should be, yep. Then we have Elpid, which is from Elpis for hope and expectation. I'll underline the key letters of the root for you. Yeah, there should be, oh wait, yeah. Gotta put 3 more on here. Oh, great. And that should be what? Faith. Yeah, faith, belief, pistis. Pater, which is father. And then we have Udor, which is water.
Third one.
This one?
Yeah.
Hope, expectation. So
Thank you.
let's just do like this. It will separate it here. This pink is surprisingly bold. A lot more bold than the other markers. Okay. Hopefully I'm not boxing myself in too much here, but I do kind of need to make sure these are nice and separate for y'all, because as you can see, there's a lot of words going to go up on this board. All right. They see this well? Hopefully they can. Let's see. You only suffer this for just a moment. Okay, yeah, you can. Okay. So I'll just while y'all match up your charts to be like mine, I'm gonna finish mine with lines. Oh, that's gonna be awful.
Beautiful line.
Hmm.
So there's beautiful line there.
Oh no, it wasn't. What was beautiful about it, Jay? 500-page essay. I'm sorry, 500 word, more reasonable. 500-word essay. Why was that line beautiful?
It was made unique. Just like we as individual beings.
Oh, don't save that for the paper next Monday. I want it in my hand in paper next Monday. 500 words or more.
Got it.
I'm joking. Don't you dare do that. Gosh, Jay. Okay. Are you all ready? Or you still need more time?
Whenever you are.
Okay. So we'll start with Karit, which is from Grace, Favor, Kindness. The lexical form is Carice. And that's because the tau and delta endings, the tau and the deltas drop out because of noun rules, you know. They can't be followed by a sigma and stay. So they will drop. So nominative singular's carice because it just adds a sigma and the tau drops. But in the genitive, it adds the os ending, omicron sigma, and you have caritas. In the dative, you have cariti, because it just adds an iota. And then in the accusative, you have carita. And there seems to be a note. Yeah. So there's all the singular. In the plural, yeah, not much out of the ordinary. Carites, adding the epsilon sigma ending. Yeah. Our good friend, everybody know?
Um,
What ending?
Um,
Own. Caritone. Always consistent, always there. Omega nu. Now remember the rule, whatever happens in the nominative singular happens in the dative plural in the third declension. Okay. So carisine, the tau drops out because of the sigma that follows. And then just in the accusative, and sorry if my handwriting's not very legible. I apologize. If you need me to tell you what a letter is, I'll tell you. Just let me know.
what is a letter?
It is a symbol that represents a sound. That's how alphabets work. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. So yeah, we have caris, caritas, cariti, carita, carites, cariton, carisi or caricine, and then caritas. Grace, favor, kindness. A noun. Well, yeah. 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 Okay. Who's ready for the next one? Vote. Okay. This one's from light. So the nominative singular is phos because the tau
Wait,
drops
that's a
out.
beta, isn't it?
Don't know why I did that. You are correct. Thank you for acknowledging that before I'd finished. Legitimately, thank you. Okay,
It
we're
wasn't
just-
looking the same as my paper. Wasn't sure if I had it wrong.
Hey, I obviously make mistakes. I never claimed I didn't. But we're just gonna go ahead and write all those fees now. So in the genitive, it's just again adding the omicron sigma at the end. And in the dative, it's just adding the iota while the tau is still there, OT. And then in the accusative, it's just phos.
So is this a neuter word?
I'm gonna check that. I think it's yes. It is neuter. That would be why.
Oh.
I guess that's why they had this one and this one for the tau, because of the neuter. Okay, and then we have phota. And we have Photon, our good friend, is back yet again. Take your bets now. Will own be on every single one of these? Leo says yes. Do you think own will always be there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Eli, will own always be there?
Probably.
Learn well. If you get out of this and you remember one thing, you'll always hopefully remember, you know, the own always will be on the genitive plural. 10 years down the line, you'll still be able to recall that, hopefully. Be really funny if you do. Okay, so we have phota, photon, phoci or phocine, again, the nominative, the dative plural, phota again. And this is the word for light. All right, so far?
Yeah.
Just extra examples for you. Now we have Elpid, which I will probably be standing in the way of because it's in the middle of the board. So in the first one, we have Elpids because the delta drops out. You see a pattern, right? It's going to be similar to the other one. The delta drops out because of the sigma. I'm just going to go ahead and write this. I want to. So I find okay. So next one we have LP dots. Is the Omicron sigma ending. Then we have LPD because the iota ending. And then we have LP dot. All right, so far.
Yep.
Okay, in the plural, we have LP des, epsilon sigma, sigma. LP down, our good friends back. Then we have Elpacine or Elpac, because the delta drops out because the sigma that follows it. Then we have LP dots. I hope that's all legible enough. It gets kind of bad at the bottom. Because I'm not going to squat down just to write it. Expect that. Now, let me know when you all get through that, and then I'll give you some, as some weirdos might call it, Greek lore, Greek alphabet lore, or just facts. I don't know. I like the word lore, it's fancy and it's fun with lots of implications. And hopefully I don't break this table by sitting on it. Hey, if I break this table, you all don't mind if I delete the recording, right? And that you all won't be witnesses in court or anything, correct?
I don't know. It'd be a good check title. A good title. Wouldn't
I went to court over a table
it?
because I broke it from sitting on it because I'm fat. Yes. It takes something from there. Hopefully it does. Tables, 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 tables,
turns of
tables.
table.
Ah, yes, the turns of tables. You're right. Tables.
Technically, Jesus
Tables.
tables.
Tables. Hey, I'm not smashing tables though. Or breaking them. Didn't say he broke them, he just broke them. Okay, let me know when you all get caught up. And then I'll flip your mental tables. Oh, sick. Sick,
Hope
bro.
you're not sick.
Gosh darn it, Eli. Tables. Tables. If I keep saying tables, you might think I'm mentally sick. Tables. 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 Tables.
Just an
Tables. 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 Tables.
I'm off.
I love tables. Do you love tables?
We're caught up.
This is an experiment. This is just an experiment, by the way. I want to see what chapter title it comes up for the tables section. I hope it literally just says tables. Or we talked about tables a lot or something stupid like that. Yeah, exactly. Talking about tables a lot by Bryce. The chapter title. Let's hope it
Or it's
takes
just
that.
the chapter title.
Ah! Okay. I'm gonna quote here from the book, okay? Because I don't want to detract from the wonderful notes of Bill Mounts or William Mounts, as some might call him.
Karita. On Karita.
What?
Is it the note on Karita?
No, it's the next one.
Ah.
We're going to Pistis.
Okay.
Originally, I don't know why I held that original one. Okay, you see the iota I underlined? I want to start you that. That's the one we're talking about. That iota right there. You see it? You see it? You're looking at it? Originally, that iota was another letter called the consonantal iota. This letter dropped out of the Greek alphabet long before Hellenistic Greek. But the fact that it used to be present helps explain a lot of apparently weird behavior in both nouns and verbs. The final iota in pistis used to be a consonantal iota, if they already said that. When the consonantal iota dropped out of use, it was replaced with either an iota or an epsilon. On the one hand, it may not be important to know when it will be what, just recognize that the stem of pistis type words will end in either iota or epsilon. But if you really want to know, here's the rule. If the case ending begins with a vowel, the final stem vowel is an epsilon. If the case ending begins with a consonant, then the final stem vowel is an iota, but in the dative plural, an epsilon precedes a sigma. All nouns with stems that end in consonantal iota are feminine. There you go. So this entire tree, you might want to make a mental note, is the consonantal iota example. Okay. I don't have a picture of what the consonantal iota looked like. Sorry. If we get to digammas, I might show you that because it kind of looks like a weird F. I don't remember where digammas are. So consonantal iota it is. Which digamma, by the way, is another dropped out Greek
What did pistis mean?
faith or belief. Okay. Snap to the chart. Are you ready for this weirdness? So pistis. You're gonna be glad I showed you this one, by the way. Pisteos. That's where it starts to get weird. And the note that Mounts gives you is to think of the os as in lengthened Omicron sigma. Does it help knowing that this had a different letter before to know it's going to be weird?
Sure.
You're like, kind of not really, right?
Yeah,
Kind of
it
not
does
really. It doesn't help understand functionally, like why is it changing the way it does, but I don't know either. Piste. Yeah, we have the iota ending. And the iota before the iota, or the consonantal iota spot is just an epsilon in these ones. Wonderful. And then in the accusative, we just have piston. Which the note he provides on that one is this particular pattern of third declension nouns uses new as the accusative singular case ending. Well, no dip, it's right there. Well, now you know it's going to use the new instead of the alpha on the consonantal iota ones. You might make a note of that. I don't know. But accusative singular. New. Estes. The nominative case ending is the same as caritas, with just basically what they're doing here is it's the same because you're combining piste with as. As you'll see later, that would just make that. So at times think of it as having an iota, sometimes it has an epsilon. Pretty weird, right? Yeah. Okay.
Then I was curious, does the when it has like the epsilon versus the iota, is there a specific reason why they would switch around like that, or is it just because does it have something to do with one being the plural like versus singular?
I mean, I already kind of mentioned it. If the case ending begins with a vowel, the final stem vowel is an epsilon. So let's see. It's the ES. Epsilon sigma. Begins with the vowel. That one's an epsilon. Not a vowel. Iota. Yeah. Makes sense?
Yep.
Sorry, I should have saved that note. I didn't think about it. I was just reading through that whole list. Yeah. So you might write that down. Probably want to write that down. Okay. Well, my friend's pretty much there. Right?
Yeah.
Pisteo. He's there. It's just joined by another vowel, which makes it kind of awkward. Now you might be wondering, but you just told me the rule if if it begins with a consonant, it's an iota, right? And you might think, well, this one it doesn't look like an iota, right? It says that here. If the case ending begins with a consonant, then the final stem vowel is an iota. But in the dative plural, it's an epsilon, basically. Because an epsilon would precede a sigma. That one. Not much explanation, just telling you the facts is all it's doing. Thanks, Mounts. Everyone say thanks, Mounts.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Mounts. Can I hear you two say it, or are you not?
Thanks.
Thanks who? Mounts. Say thanks, Mounts. It's not gonna happen. Huh? Yeah, like Ankin now recording. Yeah. We just have piss days again. Enjoy that. Also, apparently, in grammars, the consonantal iota is written as this weird thing. Have fun with that. It's written like that. Apparently. It's just an iota with a little caret, as some people call it. I think, or no, it's just an arrow, basically. It's called that because it functions as a vowel and a consonant at the same time. Don't tell me how that. Don't ask me how that works. Sorry. Don't ask me how that works.
You don't want to know? So
Don't ask me yet. Give me a few years.
you said it functions as the same as like a vowel and you may
A vowel and a consonant.
But like, how does it sound? Like,
I just said don't ask because I don't know. Here. If you want the extra stuff, it says it is discussed in more detail in 20.31. Chapter, he's scrolling all the way to chapter 20. If I get there first.
I don't have it on.
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Do you really want to know?
We're gonna get through chapter 11.
20.31 doesn't exist. So there. It's probably in the advanced in the back. Huh? What'd you ask, Eli?
Said that we're gonna get through 11.
What time is it?
8.
8?
7:57.
Oh, we were gonna go late anyway.
Unless you want to go to chapter 11.
Hmm?
Well,
It's not much.
we haven't even gotten done with the chart yet.
Hey, we're over halfway
To
there.
be fair,
Halfway there.
I distract him with questions.
Yeah, stop. No questions in class. What's wrong with you?
I told you don't ask that question.
Okay. So yeah, I did tell you fairly. You can't even blame that on me. I did tell you. It's like I don't know. Okay, so this one is the air endings. What more is there to tell you? It's the air endings. Pater, aner, mater, which aner means man, mater means mother.
Yeah.
Pater means father.
Yeah.
Which I'm just gonna go ahead and put that is the nominative singular. Have fun with that. Now here's the fun part and why you get to see them. The genitive singular is patros. You just drop the eta. Yep. And then in the dative, it's patri. Not bad, right? And then we get to the accusative. And we get patera. Because pater is actually formed from the root pater with an epsilon instead of a eta. The second stem vowel fluctuates between an eta and epsilon and nothing. In the dative plural, the stem vowel is lost and an alpha added to a pronoun. Did you not? An alpha is added, and an alpha is added to a pronunciation. Yeah. You'll see that in a minute. Oh gosh, yeah. You all glad you're getting these extra charts?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just running into them in the wild. So, pateres. Patero. And then we have the one they mentioned where there's an alpha added. Patrasi or patrosine. Fathers or two fathers. Not two fathers, but to fathers.
Wow.
Reminds me of that video we were talking about earlier.
Oh.
Is it appropriate for the class?
Well, it's a kid's show.
Okay, then
Oh,
probably.
that- oh,
Not
yeah.
Huh?
We were talking about how far kids shows have fallen.
Ah, so not
It was
appropriate.
about two fathers.
On a, what network? That's all I need to hear.
Disney.
Plus.
Disney.
Yeah.
So it's live on TV.
Yeah. I think it was.
Brand new.
Yeah. It was people who went to prehistoric times. They were watching dinosaurs. Two male ones had two eggs. They would be great fathers.
Okay.
They didn't need to be mentioned or shown or in it.
You can't say they weren't shoving an agenda. Okay. Just go ahead and that one is also the primitive singular. The circle's kind of stupid. Waste time. Okay. I'll go ahead and read you his notes on it. This stem of pudor appears to end with a tau. What? Oh yeah, most of the endings. I was just reading that. I was like, is there a tau? But yeah, in the endings or in the inflective forms. S can be seen in most of its forms, but when there is no case ending, nominative and accusative singular, the original final row reappears. And yeah, this is the word for water. That's all they give. Hudatas. Hudor, hudatas. Hudati. And then Hudor again. This is a neuter word. Okay, don't mess it up. Okay. Hudata. That's incredible. Hudata. We have hudaton. Pretty standard stuff, I'll be honest. Hudasin or sin. And then hudata again. So there's your chart. Kind of terrible writing. I know. Your writing will be better when paper and pencil, you know.
It's okay.
Do they all at least make enough sense for you to be able to recognize them? Possibly.
Obviously, your old friend,
Like
your
making
friend
the
we
arguments.
recognize.
Oh yeah, our friend will always recognize. You better never miss one of the gender plurals in person. If any of you do, I hope I notice.
You can call us out.
Punishment. Ooh, there might be special punishment just for missing the Omega Nu. If I remember. And can come up with something funny on the spot. I hope it makes the chapter title Punishment for Forgetting Omega Nu. I hope it makes the title that. I really do. Because it's a grave crime to commit in my classroom. You can disrespect me. You can disrespect Greek. You can disrespect anything except this daggum Omega Nu and Jesus. Can't disrespect Omega Nu, our good friend, or God, obviously. One of those obviously has worse penalties. It's up for you to figure out which one. It should be pretty obvious, though. If you're not a heretic. Jake giving me a look as if I said something,
Yeah.
which I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't. It's all on you. The burden is on you, Jake. Do you know? Do you know?
I do know.
Yeah.
I know. That Christ called us to lay down our burdens, kind of seems.
Yeah, no, Mega Nu doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What about it? Who died for us? Christ or Omega Nu? True. Multiple choice
Well, Omega
question with
News
only
still
two answers.
popping up.
Mhm.
Well, Omega News still popping up.
Jesus died and rose again for our sins. Omega Nu did not. Okay, let's not have any.
Yeah, well, it's your question.
Okay,
Yeah.
this will be a fun chapter title and transcript to read later. Okay, are you all ready for
Yep.
me to erase?
I'm ready.
Actually, do I even want to get rid of that? Says after he's already gotten rid of it. You didn't see that. I'm not clumsy, you're clumsy. That was awful, right? Yeah. Some ugly names. Okay. Hmm. What?
We were whispering.
Yeah. About what? There's no whispering in class. Like seriously, would you do that in actual class? If you didn't want the teacher to hear it? Like, come on, it's basic, like, what not to do in school 101. If you don't want to be heard, don't say it. Something about whispering 2 ears? What? Whisper, 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 whisper. Wave to me like you haven't done anything. Gosh, the audacity of you children.
Well,
Okay, you all know what personal pronouns are, right? In the realistic manner, unlike the modern movement. So for the first part of these, we'll be going over first person and second. That is you, I, me, we. Pretty simple, right? I, me, we, and you. So there's not a lot to really tell. They just function just like how you'd expect. So I'm just telling you the words. That's why I'm like, we can get through first, second, and third person pronouns today. Why not? I'm just basically writing charts. The case is still determined by the function in the sentence. The number is determined by the antecedent. The word it represents. The person is, also determined by the word it represents. And there is no gender with pronouns in the first and second person. Okay?
Writing up the nominative for accusative predicate. Is the nominative for
Writing another chart.
Yeah, you're writing another chart with all those sidelines. Yes, they're all still there. You have a nominative, singular. Your accusative, plural. Are you ready?
Do we need to make it as big?
No, probably not. The main separation is into 4 quadrants. You have first person singular, first person plural, second person singular, second person plural. I will give you the English definitions along with the Greek word. Are you ready? Okay, this first one will be familiar, hopefully. It's ego. I. Then we have mu in the genitive, which is mine. Then we have now more moi, which is to me. And then we have me, which is just me. Very simple, right? And there are these weird forms called the emphatic forms. These are the unemphatic forms, the ones they're just in the singular genitive, dative, and accusative are where all the emphatic and well, all the emphatic forms can be. Basically, in this one, they just add an epsilon.
What's emphatic mean?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
It just adds an epsilon at the beginning, basically, in the first person. The emphatic form is used when the author wants to be especially emphatic. I'm guessing add emphasis, remembering correctly. Usually in contrasting one person with another. I'm not going to read you the example. The contrast is usually difficult to bring into English. That's about it. You don't really have to know them, except know that they mean the same as the normal, basically, by just emphasizing a contrast. Or I guess, like, in this example, it's like, I baptized you with water, but he will baptize you with the Holy Spirit. Extra emphasis on the I and he. Okay.
Okay, so they're just bringing in more focus.
Yeah. And it's like you couldn't really write that much different. Like in this version, they had to literally italicize them for you to know which one it was, in the English. So yeah. Okay, just second, we have Sue, which is you. Don't make me sue you. Yeah. So then we have Sue, which is your. Except it's with an omicron upsilon instead, just an upsilon, yeah. And the emphatic form just adds a circumflex. That's it. Just adds a circumflex. I'm going to put them in parentheses where they're added. So then we have soy, which is to you. Then we have se, which is you. And then se, there's just an accent mark. Soy, there's just an accent mark for the emphatic. Not bad so far, right? Like it's literally just wow, there's just more words. Right? Isn't that basically what it is? There's just more words.
Okay.
Well, here's the fun part. The nominative plural. This is why they're in 4 different boxes. You're about to see why. Instead of just being in this side and that side. Because it looks completely different. We have hey mates, which means we. You glad I put them in 4 boxes? I'm glad the book kind of puts them in 4 boxes because I like them in 4 boxes because no, you don't look at this and think this. Okay, you don't. You don't at all. You can remember the definition for sure. So, yeah.
Is there a reason why the epsilon is attached in the first box versus the eta that's attached in the box below it? Like for the sound of it when you what was it that you mentioned about like the name of the adding the epsilon in the first box? In the front forms.
This?
Yeah.
That's for the emphatic forms.
Okay.
The emphatic forms only really show a difference in the genitive, dative, and accusative singular, which is why I put a circle here.
Okay.
I'll put
So it would go in.
emphatics here.
So it would go in plural.
It's not in plural. There's no obvious change.
No.
Emphatics here. And then I'll just do this so that you see that it's also in parentheses. Yeah. For all those people who take pictures of the charts, which is nobody. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yep, got it.
Okay, we have hey Mo, which is our. See, our friend is literally always here. Okay, even in this weird nonsense, still there. Okay, like
Wow.
it's kind of wild, actually.
There's something constant.
Yeah, that's why I'm emphasizing it so much because it is. Hey men, that is to us. And then hey mas. And that's just us. How do you feel about those? Kind of fun,
Oh, yeah.
kind of awful. How much different do you think this box will be than that one? Or how about this? Out of these three boxes, first singular, second singular, and first plural, which one do you think the second plural will be most similar to? Make your guesses.
Is it the second singular?
Think that one. So Eli picks that one. Jay, which one do you think you'll be closest to? For this one, which one will this one be closest to?
The second person.
Yeah,
Second person plural will share close resemblance to.
I think the genitive.
No, I meant which box.
Oh, which box? I'm gonna say third box.
That box?
Yeah.
Okay, Cleo.
I feel like it's gonna start with like a different letter.
Well, yeah, we're going with which one's closest though. Which one do you think you'll be
In
closest?
most languages, in second person is pretty similar
Mhm.
because it's mostly you could be singular or plural.
I got to get that as well.
The answer is this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's humes. Which is you. In parentheses all. Or if you're a southerner, y'all. I say y'all all the time. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Yeah.
You're not even southern, how dare you?
What do you mean I'm not southern? I'm like borderline, but I consider myself more southern than definitely northern. I'm literally from the boot heel. I'm the only part of Missouri that dips into Arkansas.
Oh,
Okay. I'm literally from the only part that dips into the South. So out of a Missouri population, I'm one of the closest to say they are a Southerner. Thank
Fair
you
enough.
very much.
I lived in Florida for a bit.
Living there doesn't mean anything. It was born and raised blood oaths. Don't do blood oaths.
Southwest Missouri.
yeah.
I've not done blood oaths. Don't worry.
My goodness.
So, Humon, your. It's kind of hard to put second person with a plural, but it's implied. Then we have human. Which is to you. All implied. And then we have humas. Which is you. All implied. And there you go. I used to have more of the board than needed. But it gets the idea. First person singular, second person singular, or first person plural, second person plural. How confusing is it? Hopefully not that bad. You probably kind of remember these. The endings are pretty similar to what you've seen before. You just gotta remember which main base part goes with which box. Remember, hey always goes with the first plural, who always goes with the second plural. And then Sue and Sue, second singular, and then moo. Yeah, first singular. Not bad, right? Wow, did we just finish chapter 11? Yeah, I started with the end of the chapter first. You're welcome. That's not even a joke, I did. Okay, what time is it?
It is 8:25.
Okay,
We're getting out early?
now, y'all got all that? Okay, pull up chapter 12. We're going to go to the third person now.
That explains I couldn't pull up or find the chart because I already was on 12.
Huh?
That explains I couldn't find the chart because I was already on 12.
You accidental overachiever. Confusing yourself like every one of those times. Of course. Okay. So you might remember our good friend Autos. Do y'all remember Autos?
Yeah.
We're finally explaining what the heck that thing is. That is the nominative singular form in the masculine. We will need this chart yet again. So this is a 2-1-2. There's no third declension endings. You're welcome. We're going back to classic, separated by gender stuff, I guess. Yeah. So we have masculine, feminine, and neuter. Again. Remember, this is all one word. Okay? These are just all the different forms. And then I will tell you how it functions. So we have autos, aute, auton. You honestly should know all these endings. I probably shouldn't even have to mention them. Do you want me to go through all of them?
You don't have to.
It is literally the first and second declension endings. I'll see if there's any weird ones real quick. So we have Omicron Upsilon. We have the good old Omega with an iota subscript. We have on. We have boy. Own. Voice. And oos. Right? All those look familiar endings. I'll just make sure. Then with feminine, it's ace, a, aim, I, own, ice, and us. I'm definitely not keeping up line wise. It's fine. Then we have just ooh, oh. Oh, there's no new. I thought there was a new. Not a new. Well, I guess there's not a new. I guess that is one thing to write down. Yeah, it just does that again. Out top. Sworn there was a new. And then it ends with an alpha there. Let's make a new. Crown Iota Sigma. And an alpha again. Yeah. It's just standard stuff. What do you think? The only weird thing is there's no new. Yeah, there's no new. As you can see in the neuter.
I see.
See up. And it's a 2-1-2 adjective. Well, not adjective. Personal pronoun if it works like an adjective with all of its forms. All stinking 24 of them. But you basically already can tell the difference. Do you want me to give the definitions with each one? Would that help?
I would.
Okay. So we have he, and you can write these first three letters that will always be consistent on all the forms. If you want all the chart stuff, then his, to him, and him, they, their, to them, and them. The plural definitions are all the same. They all mean the same thing in the plural. They, their, to them, and them. Feminine, we just have classic she, her, to her, her. I think that would be hers technically. I don't know. It doesn't say hers. I would put hers. Then we have it. It's to it. And it yet again. Wow. Not bad, right? There's all the basic things, but that's not all there is to this chapter. They have uses, which is where it gets fun. And where I haven't reviewed today either. But there's a textbook for a reason. You all good on that and ready to move on to the uses? There are 3 uses for the word autos. Okay, I guess I've been telling you all wrong this whole time. It clearly states here, do not think of autos as the third person pronoun. Think of autos as a word that performs 3 distinct functions. I still remember it being the personal pronoun that can do more stuff, but okay. Its first use, the personal pronoun. Yeah, it's just like the other personal pronouns. You can just shove in the word and it means that. That's pretty simple, right? The case is the function in the sentence, it's number, gender, what it represents. Pretty simple stuff, right? Are you ready for the parts where it gets fun? Eli's like, no, I'm tired.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, use number 2 as an adjectival intensive. You want me to write that word on the board? Okay. I mean, when I saw that look, I was like, I'll write it on the board. You want me to just go ahead and erase this? I'll just go ahead and erase it. Yeah. Got all of it written down?
Yeah.
Okay. Would have been helpful. I should have reviewed this. I didn't get time to. Didn't think or decide that I was doing this until kind of got here. Yeah. Okay. Just go ahead and, in case I gotta do examples. We have the adjectival intensive. Okay, let's see. Remind myself what exactly this means and how I can. It's basically forming like an adjective. It's kind of working like an adjective. Okay. The best examples I can give is like himself, is how it's going to kind of function. So to modify another word, typically in the predicate position, and usually end up like that. So the example they give is for Herod himself sent and seized John. It is intensifying Herod and modifying the meaning. Makes sense? It's functioning like an adjective, intensifying. Makes sense. And it will agree with this word in case number zero.
Autos.
Yeah, this is just autos. Why were you specifically wondering what in this sentence? Or is it because you're also reading that page?
Hmm?
Is it
Not
because you're
reading the page. I'm just writing stuff down.
okay? Yeah, agrees with Herod in case, number, and gender. It's masculine. It's singular. It's the subject, the nominative. Make sense?
Yep.
So it also mentions you can do like ego autos. So we know ego means I, but it's like, wait, this is the third person. No, it's not. Not in this case. It's not functioning as the third person. Instead, it's modifying the noun I. So it functions as I myself. Ego autos. It intensifies. I myself. Not just I will do this. I myself. I don't know how to word that better. I'm not gonna lie. To like get the idea across. I hope it comes across clear. Okay, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, has more. When functioning as an intensive, it is usually in the nominative case and modifies the subject. Wow, as every example they've shown so far shows. Okay. Yep, nothing else to add, in my opinion. Okay. It also functions as an identical adjective. Which literally just means same. It will basically just mean same in a sentence. Quite literally. This is the least frequent usage of autos. Is normally in the attributive position when used this way, but not always. I love how you can't have anything that always happens except for own. That's why we love own. Its case, number, and gender are determined by the word it modifies, as is the case with any adjective. So let me give examples. I'm not writing that whole sentence. So he prayed the same thing. I'll give you the Greek. Hold on. So we're gonna ignore he prayed. It's on out on log on. Log on can mean thing, by the way, kind of in a more less specific manner than word. Logos can kind of do that. It's pretty weird. I haven't seen anything formal on why it can do that, but yeah, I've noticed it some. So you see how these match? They match an ending, number, gender, case. Yeah, it's modifying log on and just saying same. But yeah. Kind of simple, huh?
Another Greek word, yes, word.
I don't know if there's another word that just means same offhand. It's kind of hard to find that out in this because it doesn't go based on English definition, it goes based on by English words, it goes by Greek. So I haven't encountered one. No. This is the one thing that I've seen that means same. And then there's in aute pora. In the same hour. Not bad, right? Wow, that's it. What time is it?
8. So we're about 20 minutes.
Wow, we started 20 minutes or late, and we're already finished 20 minutes. Good thing I decided to do both today. Now we can get into demonstratives on Monday. Demonstrative?
Yeah.
I'll just okay, guys, open up to chapter 13. We're just gonna go ahead and start it, and we'll go late today because Leo wants to know. Welcome. While we're at it, we'll just add chapter 14.
Or we
the
could
relative-
look over the chapter titles.
Huh?
Or we could look over the chapter titles.
No, you do that on your own time. I will explain to you what the demonstrative is. The demonstratives in Greek are utos and ikanos. They are the words this, these, and that, and those. Demonstratives in English are literally this, these, that, and those. Yeah. They're not going to define what a demonstrative is. Because they don't really tell.
Basically, like demonstrating, like this.
I mean, yeah, that's like the only this. Yeah. Yeah. I guess technically we could do it right now. Let me see.
They have two paradigm charts in the chapter.
Yeah, it's the same chart as the one you already know.
Oh, oops.
So I don't even have to like.
Wait there, but there's like the. Yeah, I guess.
Do you want to? How big is chapter sport?
But we're gonna get through all of it tonight.
We could technically if we went a little late, but I might give you all mercy and we can go through 13 and 14 on Monday.
If you're gonna be here.
I'm gonna be.
Okay.
Did you not see my message?
I did, but you said you weren't sure yet what day.
Well, I don't know what day, but it's not Monday.
Okay.
I've gotten confirmation it's not Monday because the parts aren't in now. Parts ain't gonna ship over the weekend. So yeah, I shouldn't say 8. Gosh darn it. But yeah. How was that? 11 and 12. We can do 13, 14 on Monday, and then we'll do review.
Yeah.
And then,
Then the fun.
do you know what's after that?
We're done.
No. You know what 15's about?
English is 16.
Huh?
Isn't it the English?
The English about 16. It's verbs. After Monday, we'll be at verbs. And you know what I said we do if we get chapter 14, right? Gonna eat sandwiches.
Oh,
We'll have to find a day that we can all go after we do that officially. And we need to go eat at the Greek deli place. I hope you all have somewhat money. I don't know. I don't know if I should be like, oh, I'll buy everyone sandwiches. Because that sounds like an awful idea for my wallet. But is everyone fine with going to eat sandwiches one day for like lunch on a weekend?
I don't know.
If I don't know, are you here on weekends?
Usually.
Are you here on weekends? Or are you just working on weekends? On like a Saturday? Yeah, we can just
I just
so like maybe next Saturday we can look into having gyros or as we discussed
like
earlier.
next week there's a possibility I might not be here. I'm gonna have to go get a car.
What?
I might have to go swap vehicles because the one I have been using, the license is expiring the end of this month, so I have to take that one home. It needs inspected before the license can get renewed, but it can only be inspected on weekdays, and I work every weekday.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay. Well, either way, keep us up to date. We'll do Greek deli at some point when everyone is available and wanting.
Also, not sure if I can eat anything from a Greek deli,
Oh shoot, you're right.
but you guys are fine.
We can look into it. We can look into it. At that point, we take you to wherever you can get something. Right? Right, guys? We would suffer the weight of figuring it out so that you can enjoy with us. Surely they'd have gluten-free options. Surely.
I don't know.
well. Good.
Okay, I'll let you.
We could show Greek to the workers at McDonald's if we ever.
You think McDonald's is going to be gluten-free, huh?
No drinks are usually
Most
Are sodas gluten-free?
most of them.
Most of them. Okay.
Sometimes caramel color can have it.
I'll go ahead and